You are capable of healing. The problem is that often we get so discouraged with what we do that we give up on ourselves, we get frustrated, we don't even know what it takes to heal. I'm Dr. Jeffrey Rutstein. I'm a clinical psychologist, and I want to share with you what I think is an important understanding about the fact is about how we each hold the keys to our personal healing. We just need to learn how to unlock them and the ways that can support us in doing that. And tonight, I want to speak about why it's important to take on this understanding and how it can inform your next step in your healing journey. So, most of us really suffer in our life when we get stuck in emotional situations. We can't stop worrying, or we can't stop obsessing about something. We can't stop being angry and haunted or jealous or upset or sad or despairing or lonely or ashamed. This is the place where most people get stuck. And most of the time, the human response to this is to blame ourselves for feeling bad. Does that feel familiar? We find ourselves unpleasant or stuck or unhappy, and then we add to that pain by going, what's wrong with me? And I'm here again, and I don't like this feeling, and I just did therapy, or I just read that book. I think that so much of what we've been guided about in our culture is about taking absolute responsibility for our state, for our emotional state, when the truth is no one's ever given us any information about, like a driver's manual, about how do you own and operate this machine called your body, your brain, and your nervous system. But truly, most pain, most psychological pain and struggle comes from when people are stuck, protracted stuck times in either that fight or flight energy of activation. And fight energy can be anywhere from needing to fight to defend your life to being annoyed or irritated or frustrated. And flight energy, the energy ultimately to take us to run away from some danger, is also the energy that fuels obsessing, worrying, ruminating, doubting ourselves, and other types of flight we engage in too, like endless binging of Netflix, or scrolling for hours on social media, or binging on food. These ways of flying away from what's troubling us or overwhelming us and helping us land to some place of distraction. But the problem isn't that you're not living right, or you're not a strong enough person, or you don't have good enough willpower. The fact really is that it's your nervous system that's currently driving the bus when you feel out of control. And blaming yourself, which is the human reaction, actually doesn't get us any closer to getting into the driver's seat. So the first step in sort of working with this way of healing is seeing that the real issue is our job is to actually begin to learn how to form a relationship with our nervous system. Right now, when most people, if they haven't done this kind of work, get a signal of some unhappiness or sadness or anger, the first thing they want to do is push it away. They don't want to feel it. I don't have time for this right now. Don't bother me. Our response is, I need to function. I need to work. I need to be with my friend. I need to dinner. Go away. Go away. Don't bother me. And that's good for a moment. But if that's our style of relating to what our nervous system is presenting us, that actually just continues to feed the problem where we feel overwhelmed or stuck or just unable to move for moments or hours or day at a time. Everyone's path is different. Everyone's path takes different considerations, different types of therapy or workshops or self-work or self-growth. But I'm convinced after nearly 40 years in the field that if people were to put at the top of the list, making a different relationship, creating a comfortable friendship or allyship with their nervous system, that they would actually heal a tremendous amount of their day-to-day suffering and sometimes lifelong styles of suffering. And what's involved with forming this different relationship? Well, it's kind of understanding that your nervous system has three basic stories we can pull from. And one story is the energy of fight or flight. And we have that low energy story of I just can't, I'm overwhelmed. And then we have that sweet spot. We have the place sometimes referred to as the window of tolerance. Sometimes it's also referred to as the social engagement zone. But this place where I'm not worried, I'm not angry, and I'm not kind of shut down, but instead, like, I'm kind of here, I'm relaxed, I'm a little chill. My heart's happy to see you, and I'm feeling capable of connecting. When we're in that sweet spot, that's where we can be connected to others in a true way. But it's also the only place we can actually have a healthy, balanced relationship with ourselves. Because if I'm in a activated or deactivated state, I'm disconnected from me. I'm stuck or swirling in the state of emotion and activation, and I'm not in touch with what's actually going on. I'm feeling more like I'm in the middle of a cyclone. Healing involves learning how to enter that third option, that sweet spot, that center space more often. And for many people, especially if you had trauma, you may notice that you spend most of your time in either fight or flight or that shutdown area, that you don't really have much experience or faith in that middle sweet spot. And again, what I want to say is anyone can heal if they sincerely engage in working with their body and their nervous system to form a true cooperative relationship, a collaborative relationship. And your nervous system can inform you. It doesn't tell you who you are, and it doesn't tell you what we are. That's usually how we hear it. Oh, I'm a bad person for feeling this. I'm not a good enough person because I got too angry. Your nervous system doesn't tell what you are or who you are. It only tells you how you are. It tells you how you're doing in this moment. So I'd like to invite you to engage in an experiment, which is to begin to notice when you're feeling upset, when you're going into a familiar stuck place or struggle place or emotional pain, to ask yourself, where are you on the map, right? Am I in that sweet spot? Chances not. And then see if you can actually get the flavor of it. Is this more fear and anxiety and worry or terror? Is this more anger, frustration, or rage? Or is this more disappointment, sadness, grief, despair, shame, just wanting to withdraw and collapse? By identifying those, these are universal human traits. So often we feel so alone when we take a look at our insides, or feel we're amazingly messed up. But if you begin to track in this way, you're already setting up a way of looking without guilt, without shame, and without blame as, oh, this is my nervous system being anxious. This is my nervous system being angry. And that actually gives us a place to start with forming a relationship, seeing the nervous system is giving us information, not confirmation that we are bad. It gives us information about how we are. So notice, if you can, when you move out of a comforting or balanced state to dysregulation, to a state of high energy or low energy. And then, if you're up for it, the next step would be to try something that can help you come back to more regulation. So sometimes for some people that could be a walk outdoors, or that could be listening to a soothing piece of music, or that could be talking to a friend, or if you have someone you're comfortable with exchanging safe touch with, a 30-second hug, front to front of two people, right? With someone you feel safe with. Breathing and holding another human for 30 seconds will actually help your nervous system return very quickly to more of that sweet space. And there, even if you're not totally out of the struggle, you will not be as trapped by it. So you're not only capable of healing, you're capable of being able to see the progress, of paying attention, and how that leads you to a sense of feeling more whole, more present, and less tormented. So thank you for spending the time with me tonight. Bye for now.